The $100 challenge, taking $100 and then turning it into something a lot more than $100. Can I do it? Well, I guess just to ruin the surprise right off the get-go, I could never do that. I could never just take $100 and then trade my way to a lot more money. I could never take $200, $300 and trade my way to a lot more money. Does that make me a crappy trader? I don't know, maybe, but, and some people have done it, and maybe it is possible, but the odds are severely against you, and that's not the only way that you can actually grow a small amount of money. You don't have to trade it. I get people asking me all the time, and that's actually kind of where this video came from. Hey Clay, you should start a video or a YouTube video series where you take like $100 or you take $250 and then you trade it and try to grow it. And I've never done that. Why? Because I would fail. I would not be able to do that because that is super, super hard. To take small amounts of money and grow them in the market, again, not impossible, but I know my strengths and weaknesses. I would not be able to do that. And that's just why I've never done that and why I never will. And I wanted to do this video to tell you kind of the $100 challenge, how I did it through my past experience, and how I think a lot of people need to do it, even though it's not the most popular thing, especially for someone like me that does sell training, that does sell educational programs. For me to sit here and say, yeah, actually, these sorts of things need to be done. Probably not the best from a business perspective, but whatever, it is what it is. So how was my $100 challenge? How did I actually grow a small amount of money? I mean, I actually started at $0, but whatever, $100, and then grow it to much bigger. Well, a lot of unpopular things had to happen. First one was 2 jobs. Yes, I said the J word. I started a business for myself back in college where I sold books and all that. And then I also picked up a job part-time at Ohio State, which is where I went to college. So I worked 2 jobs. And what did that do? Jobs are like guaranteed trades, meaning you show up, you're going to make money. You're going to get paid. So I took these sorts of trades. Again, the guaranteed trades, you put on the trade, you show up for work, you're going to get paid. Yeah, I did say it. Like I said, the job, or the J word, jobs. The other thing I did, and this was kind of a stem from this, was little social life. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take a small amount of money and grow it, then you may have to make some sacrifices in your social life. You're not going to be able to go out all the time. You're not going to be able to spend money on this, that, and the other. And, just, hey, let's have a good time. But I also, you can't, what's the saying? You can't have your cake and have your pie too. Whatever that saying is. I don't know what it is, but you can't have the best of both worlds is the point of that saying. And that's what a lot of people do is they want to just take a small amount of money, throw it in the markets, and then, grow it just in the markets itself because, well, yeah, I still want to have a fun. I want to have social life. And I did a video on this not too long ago where I talked about those short-term sacrifices up front. Yeah, this sort of stuff, at the get-go, super annoying, not very popular. But when you stop and think about it, if you just do this stuff for several months, maybe a couple years, I mean, you can grow that $100 very quickly if you have a goal and if you have some numbers that you want to hit. And then the other thing that I did during my challenge, wait, that should be, doesn't matter. Budget cuts. Well, first off, yes, you have to have a budget. If you don't know where your money is going, then this is not going to work and you're not going to be a very good trader because trading is really all about money management, risk management, and that's what a budget does for your personal finances. It manages your money and then helps manage risk because if you're spending too much money or if you don't know where you're spending your money, there's all sorts of risks going on from a personal finance perspective. So budget cuts, look into your budget. Do you really need to be spending money on this, that, or the other? One of my favorite examples is, do you really need to be paying for HBO so you can watch all those shows? Do you really need to be, going out to the bars twice on the weekend? Do you really need to be going and seeing every single new movie that comes out? I don't know what it is, but the point being is, the easiest way is just create some money for yourself, and a penny saved is a penny earned. So when you do those budget cuts, you are growing the amount of money that you may have started with, in this case, $100. So these are the things that you need to do. Get a job. Understand that, you know what, your social life is going to have to take some cuts too, along with your budget. And when you do that, that is the surest way to grow a small account. It's the surest way to take the $100 challenge or the $500 challenge, whatever it is. Yeah, the markets are possible, but vast majority of the time, it all leads to this right here. And I've seen it time and time again when I interact with potential clients and customers. No, that's not how you spell it. There we go. Gambling. Meaning, well, Clay, I only have this small amount of money, so I'm just going to put it all right here and see what happens. Translation, I'm going to place it all on red, roll the dice, and then keep my fingers crossed and see what happens. Because I still want to have my social life. Wait, go through budget cuts. I don't want to, I don't want to put together a budget, let alone cut stuff out of it. Jobs, let alone 2 of them. Are you kidding me, Clay? Nah, I'm just going to, put it all in some penny stock or put it all in some option or put it all in some, insert the blank, something that is highly risky and odds are probably is not going to work out. So yeah, $100 challenge. For me, I could never do it by growing $100 in the markets. I took this route, more so the guaranteed trade route. Yeah, it sucked. Yeah, it was annoying, but it only lasted for a few years. And since then, multiple years later, a little bit of short-term pain has been well worth it. So please don't think that you have to go and turn your trading into some challenge in terms of, well, I got to take this small amount of money and grow it to this because that's my only hope. No, that's not true at all. With a little bit of planning, with a little bit of effort, with a little bit of understanding, mentally preparing yourself, yeah, my social life may suffer a little bit, long-term or short-term pain for long-term gains. That's kind of how I view it. And what I would suggest, if you have smaller amounts of money and you want to grow it, just understand there's other choices out there before trying to kind of do almost the impossible and grow it in the market. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you have experienced this, or maybe you have some tricks on how else you can kind of get to this point, then definitely leave those in the comments below. Like I said, I'm sure there's many other ways, but definitely getting a job, looking at your budget, and then just psychologically understanding social life may suffer. I think those are 3 main ones, but I'm not sitting here saying that that's the only things that need to go into it. So if there's any tricks or tips that you've learned, definitely leave those down in the comment section below. Hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully I didn't burst too many bubbles out there. But maybe go start delivering some pizzas or something. I would respect you way more than those people that are putting it all on black saying, let's roll the dice and see what happens.